The success rate of small businesses in South Africa is relatively low compared to global standards. Economists have called on small, medium and micro enterprises to use their full potential and create export opportunities. They say this will help to improve the success rate of SMMEs and make South Africa more globally competitive.
Some people who are employed full-time are opting for entrepreneurship to help create wealth for themselves. They then cash in their pension and use this money to start up a business. Some of these people often do not do thorough market research to establish the viability of the business they want to venture into and whether or not there's a demand for the product they want to sell. Experts say you should only consider quitting your full-time employment once you have fully established your business and are able to derive an income out of it.
Running a business is a 3 to 5 year mission, just setting it up. And you've got to have a sense that you've got something to do, there's a reason why you want to do it, and you're willing to go on that journey. And when you do that, you've got a much greater chance of success. It's really like a curve. You start off with lots of enthusiasm and then you're definitely going to go through a dip. And whether you come out of that dip or not, which is where it's hard, depends on whether you've organized yourself and whether you've got the personal resilience and drive and sense of purpose to continue. And if you do that, you will tend to learn as you go along, which will give you much greater chances of success.
Satish Ajoda is working full-time as an IT specialist and is also running a furniture factory business. Satish says operating a business while he's employed gives him the financial security he needs. His business helps him to improve his earning potential and his profit margins are not capped. Satish has the full support of his business partners, ensuring that his business is not interfering with his full-time employment.
It's a different lifestyle, running your own business and working for an employer. If you work full-time for an employer, you have steady income, you have some predictability, but you also have a cap on your earning potential because your salary is only going to increase so much every month, even if you move employment. Whereas if you run a business, there's ups and downs, but your earning potential is not capped. Your earning potential is whatever you want it to be. So with the negative in terms of, you're not exactly understanding where your next paycheck is going to come from when things are not well. When things are going well, you actually can do much better than if you were employed full-time.
The SMME sector contributes about 20% to gross domestic product and 50% to job creation. About 1.9 million people run small businesses in South Africa. Economists say the average survival of small businesses in the country is 5 years. Only about 7.5% are able to stay in business for less than a year.
If we can lift our SMMEs from about 20% of our GDP to say 40 or 50% of our GDP, we would make a very big difference to our employment situation. So we have to find ways of being more supportive as a country to SMMEs, to having the right attitude to SMMEs, and to say to ourselves, failure is okay, because many SMMEs fail the first time, the second time, the third time, and are only successful on the fourth try.
Economists say SMMEs have the potential to grow and be globally competitive. One of the biggest challenges is that many SMMEs lack the skills to run a successful business.
Over a third of our SMMEs have not completed high school. Another 6-7% have not got no schooling. So I think one is education, the number one challenge. The next challenge is that I think many of our SMMEs enter markets where there's a lot of competition. So you find very often that survivalist businesses especially are selling the same fruit and vegetables that the guy next to them is selling, or doing the hair that the guy or the lady next to them is doing, and so on.
The ability to manage cash flows and a lack of proper research are said to be some of the reasons why SMMEs go under. Analysts say it's difficult for new small companies to secure business opportunities.
Industries have got a lot of red tape. It's not government only that has got red tape. It's even industries, because the industries have got a lot of regulations within which they regulate the businesses in the sector. And those regulations or standards do not differentiate between a small business and big business.
Analysts economists have acknowledged that South Africa has the potential and resources to help enhance SMME development. However, they stress that more commitment is needed to make this a success. Naledi Mulifu, Business News, Johannesburg.
Still to come, use it or lose it. Zimbabwe warns mining houses. Details after the break.